Decades of cinema have painted a very specific picture of the giant snake. It's depicted as a relentless, supernatural predator, a massive silhouette rearing up in the jungle darkness, actively hunting down human prey. The biological reality of this animal operates completely differently. The actual creature relies on highly specialized physiological adaptations and extreme patience rather than brute cinematic aggression. To see how it really survives, we have to look to the sprawling, flooded forests and muddy rivers of the Amazon rainforest. This is the natural habitat of the green anaconda. Built entirely of solid muscle, large females grow over 20 feet long and weigh more than 200 kilograms, making them the heaviest snake on Earth. Yet, despite carrying all that mass, the anaconda's primary survival advantage is concealment. Its power lies in its ability to completely vanish into the murky water. Movies often show these snakes chasing targets through the jungle, but anacondas are strictly ambush hunters. They will wait completely submerged in a single spot for hours or even days without moving. They pull this off because their eyes and nostrils are positioned near the very top of their skull. This allows them to monitor the surface while keeping their enormous body completely hidden below the waterline. When an unsuspecting animal eventually gets too close, the snake strikes with explosive power in a fraction of a second. By conserving its energy and relying on total surprise, the anaconda operates with a level of lethal efficiency that fast-moving, high-energy predators simply can't match. A pervasive rumor claims that when an anaconda catches something, it crushes the victim's bones to dust. The mechanism is purely respiratory and circulatory. This diagram illustrates how the snake coils around its prey. As the victim exhales, the snake tightens inward. Tighter coils physically prevent blood from circulating. The struggle ends in minutes, leaving the skeleton completely intact. Instead of relying on brute force to shatter bone, the snake uses an incredibly refined, energy-efficient biological tool to shut down the body's internal systems. Because this hunting method requires so little energy, a single large meal, like a capybara, a wild pig, or a deer, can sustain the snake for weeks, or sometimes even months. But the anaconda does not have free rein over the river. It shares these waters with heavily armored rivals, like the black caiman, which has crushing jaws of its own. When these two predators cross paths, the underwater clashes are violent and chaotic. Mud fills the water, and the anaconda does not always survive. The species also exhibits intense physical differences between the sexes, with females growing vastly larger than males. And rather than laying eggs like most reptiles, those females give birth to dozens of live young at once. These traits paint a picture of a specialized, mortal animal navigating a highly competitive ecosystem. It is an organism bound by the laws of nature, not an invincible monster. That brings us to the most stubborn myth of all, the idea that these massive reptiles actively target human beings. Documented attacks on people are incredibly rare. In the wild, green anacondas actively avoid humans whenever they possibly can. The dynamic between our two species is exactly the reverse of what the movies show. The snake poses almost zero threat to us, while human activity poses an existential threat to the snake. The most immediate danger is rapid deforestation across South America, which actively destroys the sprawling rainforest ecosystem the snake relies on. Compounding this is severe water pollution. As rivers fill with industrial runoff and plastic waste, the anaconda's primary hunting grounds are degraded. Habitat destruction is the real crisis. If we fail to protect the Amazon, we won't be killing a monster. We'll be losing one of the most perfectly adapted, misunderstood masterpieces of evolution our planet has ever produced.